You're listening to the RMTV podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV podcast. Jordy, how you going, mate?
Good, mate. Good. How are you?
Oh, mate, fantastic. Fantastic. You know, we get the Monday off.
Monday off. Thank you, Chris Mins.
Yes, it's
And our Anzacs,
nice
obviously.
public holiday, and it was a lovely weekend to reflect, mate. Pay our respects to the Anzacs, and I tell you what, everyone turned out in numbers. You know?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was pumping around the country. The dawn services they keep growing every year.
Yep.
You know, and I think the young ones are getting out there now, getting up with mum and dad to go down in the morning, and then just enjoy the day. And the weather this weekend was just
Oh, it was impeccable.
perfect autumn winter, and that laid the platform for a perfect Roosters win, didn't it?
Almost perfect. Almost perfect. We did bomb 3 or 4 tries, so
Yeah, I fear
could have been at 80.
I fear we could have been in the 70s,
we could have been in the 80s.
and that was the Roosters' biggest ever Anzac Day win.
It was.
Well, I think on aggregate, the past 3 years I saw last night, I think 152 to 50, I think. So
Yeah, to be about that, yeah.
yeah. Look, it's the question I'll quickly ask you, mate, before we review the round is: are the Dragons, are they going to lose that prestigious Anzac Day game if they keep dishing up this?
Well, someone actually...
So how many people turned that off at halftime?
There was a journo. I can't remember which journo it was.
I think it was Dean Ritchie.
It might have been Dean Ritchie, might have been Bulldog, who actually said, like, they've lost the right to play at that prime 4 p.m. slot now. And it's like, I get what he's saying, because, look, to be fair, the last couple of years, the performances they've dished up has been absolutely fucking horrible. But
Yeah, they have been.
who would the Roosters play?
Well, I
I
quickly thought Roosters South, but that takes away a draw,
Yeah.
blockbuster game, right? I don't know. Like, I think my old man was saying before my time, it was Broncos Roosters Anzac Day, wasn't it?
Well, theoretically, since 2002 when they brought in the proper Anzac Day fixture, it's only ever been Roosters Dragons. And I don't think that should ever change. I know the Dragons have put up, you know, both clubs are steeped in history with the war, and I think that's why they came together. And it was 02, so it's been going for 24 years now where they do it. And if we're being legitimate, like, you know, the Roosters are only one win ahead head-to-head on Anzac Day now after last year.
Yeah, exactly.
After this year. So, look, maybe the Dragons will sort out the basket case that is their club.
Well,
Maybe.
hypothetically, if they were to be kicked out of the comp, I would probably go like maybe Roosters Dogs, maybe. I don't know, man. It has to be a Sydney team, I think.
Yeah,
Early on.
you'd have to do like Roosters and...
Penrith, maybe. You can't throw in Souths.
It's a good question.
Maybe we'll never know. But, mate, let's get into it. Anzac round. It kicked off. Mate, Leichhardt was lit up. The Hill, they were dancing like it was 05. Tigers 33, Canberra 14. Just another good performance from the Tigers.
It was clinical. Appy Coruscant's in a bit of trouble, though.
Yeah, I think
He's in
he'll
a
be
lot of trouble.
Is that when you're like... Well, I mean, there could be a reason for Jock Madden to come back in the side now.
Well, that's the thing, right? Does Jock Madden go into that number 9 role? Yeah, maybe that's a possibility.
But
But
you chuck Luai in there. Does he dance around at 9?
well, then we talk about Luai. Is Luai even going to be there next year? Remember, he was in PNG this weekend.
He was spotted there, yes.
So, you know, maybe the future is Jock and Dewey in the halves. Who knows?
I don't know. Jock is very structured, you know. Likes to play to a T, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like Luai, he likes to throw his arm around a bit, you know, like
Yeah, he's chaotic.
skip, chaotic, create nothing out of something, right?
Yeah.
Something out of nothing.
And when you got Dewey who can run a bit as a 7, like Jock being a 6 who can be very structured, kind of probably unlocks Dewey a bit more than Luai does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And how good was it seeing, mate, the Rolls Royce steaming up the middle? Just a big man. You know, how would you feel? Just you get that nice pill, right? Twelve gave him the pill up the middle.
Can honestly say the furthest try I've ever scored is from 25 out.
Yeah.
And I was laughing half the time because I somehow beat the fullback. And I don't know how. I don't remember how I done it. Mind you, it was reserve grade, so it wasn't any good. But, like,
Yeah,
I shouldn't be beating a fullback.
And he had a little bit of a shimmy to him as well.
There was a little bit of leg work, footwork in there. Just got out to the outside and just kept going. Although, if you're Ricky Stewart, that chewing gum probably got thrown a mile after that one.
Yeah, to both coaches standing on the sidelines. So, yeah, I don't know. Back to the drawing board for Canberra. It could be a tough, long year.
It's going to be a tough year, but look, the Tigers are doing some good stuff. Let's see if they can last. Because this is the thing, right? Everyone's blowing their load now. But will they last? Like, it's a long season.
It is. Well, they're enjoying it for now.
Yeah, enjoy it while you got it, because, you know, it's
what do you think about the claw, mate? Are you loving the claw on the heel?
I really couldn't care. Yeah. I could not care less. But I did kind of enjoy a club that's finally winning games for the first time ever, doing a "fuck you Canberra" chant. Like, bruh, I bet you if any club does it to them, they're going to be the first to cry.
And then they did the Viking clap.
And then yeah, but you know what? I feel like that's universal now, that every club will do a Viking clap against Canberra.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Canberra did get arrogant there for a long time, even though we love Simon. He's a good egg.
So, Cowboys, 46 in a high-scoring affair. Cronulla, 34.
Yeah, there was no defensive coaches available for this game. They both missed the game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, humid night up there at Townsville. And, yeah, I think we both tipped Cronulla. But
good question.
Cowboys are very...
I thought I'd back Cowboys. I thought the Knights were the only ones that screwed me this weekend.
Oh, maybe they were the only ones that screwed you this weekend. No, I think
we all went Cronulla.
Yeah,
we're all idiots.
Cowboys are so hot and cold. One week's like, "Ooh, Payton, is he gonna go?" And then he's like, "Nah, we'll turn up for him this week."
Oh, there was a couple of times there where he looked like he was about to kill himself. Like he was done with it.
Yeah, look, you can't take too much out of this game when they're both throwing their defense out the window.
Yeah,
bit of a touch footy score, that one. And
do you, as a footy fan, do you like it? Games like that where there's no defense?
Sometimes. I don't know. So like,
if your team wins, would you rather see defense or not?
If it's the Chooks, just win at all costs. But I feel like I'd like to see a game like the Manly Eels at halftime when it was like 7-6. I'm like, hey, this is good.
I liked it. And then the second half opened up a bit more, scored a couple, yeah.
And what opened up at Suncorp, Broncos 32, the Bulldogs 12. The Doggies are going through a bit of a poor patch at the minute, aren't they?
Look, if I was a Doggies fan, this is what I'd say. You go to Serraldo and go, the guys that we had playing the first half of last year, get them all back, put them in the team. The guys playing right now, piss them off.
Yeah, well, I think you'd have your likes of Reed, Marty, sitting back just with a little smirk. Yeah,
he'd be laughing. Toby Sexton would be sipping wine in front, pissing himself laughing, knowing he's coming back to the Bears next year. Ever since, I'm going to call it the curse of Toby Sexton, because I know people are like, oh, don't pick on Calvin. Yeah. The curse of Sexton, mate. Look, ever since they dumped him as their halfback, they haven't done good. They knocked off Penrith the other week. They got up for that. Yeah. But, mate, what is it, like 2 wins to start the year? This
could be a nice little wake-up check, I think, if they miss the 8 this year.
Well, the fact is, Stephen Crichton shouldn't have played. Like, you could
just
tell.
They rushed him, yeah.
You could tell. And, like, he was more detrimental to the team than anything else. So, you know, you gotta just be better.
And credit to Brisbane as well. They got a few star players out. And they're showing up, putting on scores like that. And
Walsh.
I feel like Madge is just drilling it into him, saying, look, if we can get these little wins, we'll secure the 8 by the back end and try and charge for a back-to-back premierships.
But Reynolds, though, he wound back the clock. Like, Reynolds on Friday night was just, you know, the old school Reynolds, just little kicks behind the line, long kicking, really good. Ezra Mam scored a miracle try. I don't know how he done it. Probably had the same lawyer that got him off his charges.
I think with Reno, he's got a really good kicking game when it comes to just pinning teams in their own end.
Yeah.
You'll just put those little kicks in and drill them.
Bang, get the reset, go for gold.
And, mate, to kick things off on Anzac Day, Roosters, oh my God, 62 to Saints 16. Thoughts? Reaction?
Fucking great. It was hilarious, to be honest. Look, I think the scary thing, if you're a Chooks fan, if you're an NRL fan, the scary thing is the Roosters left 4 or 5 tries out there, as well as probably, like, the Roosters could have easily been at 80 if they converted all their opportunities. And look, if I had to say something nice about the Dragons, when they got into our 20, they always looked like something would happen.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a try, but they just every now and then they'd look and there'd be a little overlap, they'd blow it, but there'd be an overlap. So,
and I thought Cade Reed for his debut played all right.
I think he did. I think.
So what was in front of him?
I'm going to be honest. Having watched him play, I understand exactly what Flanagan meant by saying he's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Because look, his kicking game wasn't that great, and the reason I say it wasn't that great was because you could tell he struggled with that long kick. Defensively, he missed 8 tackles, and 9 times out of 10, if Siwa Wong ran at him, he'd actually hide behind the line, and Holmes and whoever was playing left edge back row at that time, so Leilua at one point, they had to crush in to protect him. And I think the problem is going forward, if you do that, you're going to cost you guys a lot of fatigue, a lot of energy. Whether you like Kyle Flanagan or not, he's one of the best defensive halves and can make a tackle. Yeah. So I get why Dean Young made the change. He felt like he needed to. I can see Flanagan's point of view. On the flip side though, that even though it ended up being a no try, that last minute where he went through and cut through the gap for that try, that was
not bad.
That was brilliant. It was great eyes up footy. But yeah, I can see what Flanagan meant by he's just not ready yet. The Dragons just didn't look like they were there at any point of the game. There's a couple of times where, they scored, but they just they have nothing.
I think at the beginning, right? I think we could have been in for something. If they got that try, maybe mentally we could have been for a close game, right? Yeah. And then it got turned, got given a no try, a little smack. I think I was like, I don't think they'll. Obviously, they scored a few more, but I'm like,
but it was 24-0 before they scored again.
Yeah. So who? Obviously, Sam Walker. Third man of the match on Anzac Day.
First guy to ever win 3 in a row. Three Ashton Collar medals, yeah.
Who stood out for you outside of Walker?
Oh, Teddy for sure had another brilliant game. Markey had a great game. Chooks was reasonably quiet, but defensively he was on point.
I thought Radley was there all game.
Radley was there all game. Watto was there all game. Reece Robson kind of put on a showing because he knows he needs to with Origin coming up.
He's got a nice try. First one.
Very nice try. First one for the club. Look, I think there's no one in that team. There's a couple of guys I'd say that were a bit quiet. Bobby Toyer was a little bit quiet, but he didn't get a lot of work. Yeah. Savala was a bit quiet. Again, didn't get a lot of work. Didn't have a lot to do. Made their tackles in defense when they needed to. Missed 1 or 2 covers, but
it's good to do your job. I thought DC played pretty well as well.
DC was good, yeah.
Did that nice pass to Markey at the end. Yep. I like that he does the double pump.
Yeah, that old double pump. All right, he ran through, bang, straight over the top.
Yeah, it's it was good to see that from the Chooks. I had a lot of mates there. I was hearing a lot of Saints upset. And it was one of those games. I thought, you know what, I won't put a multi on. I'll just enjoy this game. I should have put a multi on because I would have went Chooks to 50,
mate. You
A, B, C, D to score.
You should have.
Tell me about yours.
Some people won about $600.
So what you needed Tupou. He got you in the back end.
I needed Tupou to score 2 tries at the end of the game with 15 minutes left, and he hadn't scored at all.
Was there a cash out at that point?
There was a cash out of $58, which I nearly took, but however, I was thankfully given advice not to. Now, let's run through this list. Tedesco to score a try, done it. Tupou to score a try, done it. Mark Nwanganitawase to score 2 tries, done it. Yeah. Walker to score a try, done it. Roosters to win and by 13 plus. Obviously, they won by 46. Now, this is where I made a bit of money.
How many legs?
So this was, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 legs. But this is where I got it. I got the the A, B, and C. They've got to combine for 2-3 tries. Yeah. Tupou, Nwanganitawase, and Tedesco to combine for 3. Done. Yeah. Setu 2, who scored for Dragons. Toops and Marky Mark to combine for 3. Toops, Marky Mark, and Tedesco to combine for 2. I should have made that 3.
So it was just a game of chess here. So
it was just chess.
1, 2, 3, bang. Yeah.
And then over 52.5 points.
Happy days, mate.
It was a great day. But the problem was I didn't realise until the end with 15 minutes to go, and I'm like, oh crap, I need Toops still. Can you hurry up and bloody score, mate?
Yeah. He's very solid, Toops. And was that his last Anzac Day? I reckon he might have another year in him. Like, he's not playing well.
I
He's not
was
playing bad, sorry.
Thinking about this earlier, the fact that they don't seem to kick to him much anymore means to me possibly he's almost done.
They keep kicking a mark here.
Yeah, but I think we need to mix it up and start kicking back to Toops. Because when he gets up, he gets up. But obviously it depends who he's matched up with because, obviously teams match their best marker up with Toops intentionally. So, I don't know, man. Look, we'll be in Melbourne when he I'll be in Melbourne when he plays his 300th this year, which is crazy.
Yeah, wow.
And then on my birthday, I think it is this year against West, he breaks the club record for games played.
Of all time?
Of all time. So he beats Jared's record. So now, knock on wood, that's obviously if there's no injury, suspensions, etc. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he does at the end of this year. I think no matter what, there's going to be a lot of respect and sadness. Yeah, especially if he does leave. But he has said he'll never play in the NRL unless it's for the Roosters, which I love that loyalty.
And then so after this one, was 20, Finns 18. Look, Finns were up. They had it in the bag, and then maybe that home crowd just got him.
I reckon the flegless sin bin was really the changing point, the head clash.
Yeah, that could have been it.
To me, I don't know. I found it a bit controversial. I went back and watched it a couple of times. It looked like a head clash to me. Mind you, I was watching it on the train home, so I may have missed a little bit. But look, credit to the Finns. They're in Darwin last week playing in that bloody humidity.
Yep.
They've come home, and then they've got to travel to New Zealand the next week. Like, bit of respect on the travel. The Wars just held on, which is good effort. Jackson Ford. Man, did you see that line break he made where he tried to take on Hammer and Osako?
Yeah. I'm
like, mate, respect, but that is dumb. You're a front rower, bro. You're not beating Hammer over 30 metres.
I think Finns, look, they're paying. Look, they've been up against that. Penrith was. I think they'll be rewarded accordingly next week. I reckon they'll get a win. Yeah, that's Suncorp.
You think a club's going to set a record for 7 losses in a row, huh?
Yeah, we'll get into that. But no, credit to the Wars. I watched their pre-game ceremony.
Oh,
the crowd with the New Zealand anthem, mate. It was goosebumps. Unbelievable, wasn't it?
I'm as Aussie as they come. But damn, that New Zealand anthem hits different. It's a sexy anthem.
Yeah,
could be the greatest anthem of any country in the world.
Oh, it's up there, dude. And I think you got to have a Warriors game in New Zealand. Yeah. It's only fair, man.
Those years of playing in Melbourne, like it was good to have them playing on the day, but not the right respect. They need to be playing home games, so good on them for doing it.
And speaking of Melbourne, they go down to South Sydney, 48-6, and I'm not a big Souths guy. Never have been, never will be, but a part of me kind of enjoyed it because I'm not a big Storm guy as well, but
you know the worst thing?
They played goddamn well, Souths.
You know the worst thing if you're a Storm fan or a Storm player? It's the first time in Storm history they have lost to the Rabbitohs in Melbourne.
Yeah, and I think
27-1.
Wow. And it's like, it just shows where Melbourne are at.
Yeah.
But it also shows, look, Bellamy, he had a 15-win streak against Wayne.
Yep.
Tick that off. It wasn't Latrell's first win in Melbourne. He's done it before for the Chooks down there.
Definitely has, yep.
I don't know where he hit that 2-point field goal, but it
was deeper than the one that he hit on the weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's they just punished him, dude. Melbourne looked very reserved. They looked scared to just risk the footy. Yeah. From what I saw. Souths were just playing carefree backyard footy, and
Souths were playing their style of footy.
And
Talis Duncan with a hat trick. Like Matt Duffy, 2 weeks in a row. Well, last week against the Dragons, he was over 300 meters. This week, I think he finished up at like 290 or something.
Yeah, no.
How do you drop him?
Yeah, no. Credit to Wayne. I think Duffy's got a bit of Jai Gray in him. Similar
they're very similar.
So you just put him straight in. Here's your Jai 2.0, and then keep Latrell down on the left side. That left side was dominant once again. But even like they threatened on the right. Campbell Graham, I think he scored 2 as well. AJ, that first try was unreal. I think the thing that Latrell does well is you'll go from Walker, and it's almost like Latrell doesn't have to touch it. Just a quick tap back. Yeah. AJ goes in wasn't under the sticks, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, just look, when Souths play like that, it's scary because it is their best. It's their best. Best we've seen Souths for a few years now, really, since probably 2021 when they made the grand final.
Wayne was there last, it was because last year
they just struggled.
Injuries got to him. touch wood, they haven't had too many significant injuries.
It'll be interesting to see if Latrell stays on the field this year. That's going to be a big,
That's the key.
That's going to be a big thing for them. He stays on the field, they're making a run at the top 4.
Top 4, you calling it top 4, are you?
If he can stay on the field, they're making a run for it.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And, Melbourne, look, it honestly could have been, they could have been like an O. Only their fullback, Farlogo, he just scored off that kickoff, that grubber.
Yeah, and that was individual magic there, but they get shut out without that.
So, look, if you're probably looking at a 48-0, right? And
yeah.
And every time South scored, Fox panned Bellamy in the box. He got up, walked out.
Do you see the vision of him at halftime? Yeah. I felt so. I honestly, here's my bold prediction for the year now. If this keeps up, Bellamy will be done. He won't coach on next year.
Yeah,
it'll be like that 1 year too many.
Yeah, maybe.
But like you think
you got to go through a lot of the highs. He's at the lows, but
this is the lowest they've ever been. So right, 6 losses in a row, first time since 2002.
Yep.
They're now 16th on the ladder. The only team worse than them is the Dragons, who this weekend play the bye and could lose at this rate. Like
the Dragons got the bye.
Yeah, they genuinely could lose. So they'll finally get 2 points to their name. So they're at least guaranteed 6 points this year, but they may not get more than that. But the last time Melbourne finished 16th, like at this point of the year, you want to hazard a guess? It's only happened once in their history.
I don't know, 2000?
2010.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense.
Because they couldn't get points. That is the only time they've ever finished this low.
So if you take that out of the equation, it's never really happened.
It's never happened. If you're a Storm fan, you are in uncharted waters right now. And look, it is good to see them get knocked back to earth a bit. But when they find form, if they find form, holy shit, they're going to be putting 80 on teams, I reckon.
Yeah, well, we may as well dive into it now because I think even Munster, like
he's not himself.
No, he's not himself. I don't know what's going on. And I think Grant's having a crack. But there's only so much you can do. But even he's off his game.
Yeah,
and Bellamy keeps saying it. He's gonna bring in players. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna pull the trigger?
I think this weekend will be the weekend. I think.
But who's he gonna drop? Is he gonna make a statement and drop someone big?
I think he might. Look, the big thing is like Jerome Hughes. There's concerns over his wrist. I know the club said he's fine, but he came out. It was the wrist he broke, or the forearm he fractured last year. So there could be legitimate issues there. Wishart will probably come in and cover him. Munster just hasn't been there, so maybe Munster's going to get dropped. Soo's been one of their best players this year, I think.
Yeah, I think he's been a standout.
Warbrick hasn't been that good. They need Coates. I think Munster, a lot of Munster's plays, that little chip bomb to Coates, hasn't been able to do it this year. And
well, that's what Bellamy said. It was the most embarrassed he's ever been in his life, considering it was Anzac Day.
And that's the other thing, right? Like Melbourne at home are tough to beat.
Obviously, are they losing that aura now?
Well, I mean, it goes back to last year when we put 40 on them in that second half.
So you can thank the Chooks for that.
Yeah.
Right?
So South Sydney fans, while you're out there celebrating, you're welcome. We started this trend. We scored 40 and a half, not 46 across. What was it? 2 halves of footy. Or 48. Sorry, we done it in 1 half. So you're welcome. But like, yeah, there's something's not right down there. And yeah, I just think if they don't fix it, I reckon Bellamy calls it quits. I think he might just go, you know what, the retirement plan on the Gold Coast is looking good.
Maybe, man.
Maybe Desi Hasler goes down there.
I don't think he's a quitter, Bellamy. I think he'll see out his contract.
Well, that's the thing, right? His contract is year by year.
Right, okay, yeah.
So theoretically, he just says to the club, no, I'm done. And they start looking for a new coach next year.
To the Goldie. Yeah, it will be interesting times down there, mate. And then Penrith.
Goddamn Newcastle ruined my tips.
On Sunday.
Bastards.
44, Newcastle 12. Look, I thought there was stages Newcastle having a crack, but they just got drowned out by that typical Penrith defense. And it was just, you can't, that first 20 was so critical for Newcastle. They made so many errors, and I'm like, you just can't do it against Penrith. And
you can't. Yeah, you can't. And the thing
paid
is,
for it.
Once the Knights started to sort of like have that little bit of fatigue in their game, Penrith just went, thank you, bang.
Yep, and look, it was a tough day out for Fletcher, mate. A lot of errors from himself, but He'll learn from it. You learn
Young
from
guy.
these
Young
games.
guy.
Yeah, young guy. And just when you think Teddy's going to play for the Blues, Edwards goes, I'll just collect three
I reckon it was a Penrith stitch up though.
tries in the first half.
What they're doing is they're looking at what Teddy does, trying to make sure that Edwards at least matches his stats. So Teddy scored what, 1 or 2? Oh yeah, we'll give Edwards a hat trick. That's what it is. That's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is. They're just trying to keep Teddy out of Origin. That's fine. Keep him out of Origin. We'll happily have him play over that Origin period for us.
Yeah. Well, if you keep him out of Origin, Queensland might win again, but that's for another day.
Yeah, but then we can sort of sit there because I got abused last year by some friends because I said if you want to win Origin, you got to pull Edwards out. Cleary's got to go, and everyone's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, hang on. When Teddy was there and we lost one game, you were all get rid of him. He's the fault. We lost because our fullback didn't do his job.
Yeah. Penrith are good. Penrith play good at Penrith, right?
Yeah, but you can't take most of a team and put that alignment into Origin. Origin's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah. And but no, credit to Penrith, mate. They turned it up at Mac Jones. I think they were looking for that dominant performance after 2 weeks of winning, but probably not to their standards.
And as well as the loss against the Dogs as well. So
Yeah.
they need to come back from that. So yeah, they put a bit of a stampede on it on the old Newcastle faithful on a Sunday afternoon, sadly.
And to finish things off, mate, Manly 33, Parramatta 18. I was watching this with my Para faithful, mate, Trent. He was up and about. A lot of abuse to the ref, but that's
Happy for the first half.
it was the
Crying
first
for
half was good, man. 7-6.
Yeah.
I
Solid
thought, all
defensive game.
Yeah, both teams were in it. And yeah, I think Manly just ran away with it in the second half. Good on them. Look, they're 4-3 now. I predicted this to happen. I should have put a future multi on this one. Should have, could have, would have. But look, Fozball, it's flying on the peninsula, mate. And look, Para, 1 week they are looking good. Last week they got it up against the Dogs, and then now back to the drawing board for Oz.
I'm going to have my one shot at Manly this weekend. I'm not going to even have a shot at the players.
Okay, yep.
Now, I could be wrong here. But from the televised event that I saw, they did not play the Australian or New Zealand national anthem.
Yeah, right.
If that's the case, Manly, your club is a fucked up place. How do you not play the anthems on the Anzac ground? Every other game, Thursday through Sunday, done it, apart from the Sunday 4 p.m. game.
Yeah, were you watching it on 9 or 4?
I watched it on Fox, and they had the whole Anzac ceremony, but they didn't have anthems. Now, I don't know how I missed it. If I missed it, I missed it, and I'll apologise. But I don't remember missing it. How do you not play the fucking anthems on Anzac ground? That is so disrespectful.
Actually, I was watching it too. They didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just,
It's so disrespectful. Like, sweet, they done the ode, they done that. But how do you not play the 2 bloody anthems?
I mean, they played Eagle Rock.
Well, you know what? Eagle Rock can go shove it up a doink doink. Because, it just, to me, that is extremely disrespectful. Like it's ultimate disrespect not playing anthems like that.
Yeah.
So
maybe
Manly, fuck you.
Yeah. You'd think they'll play it next year if they get a bit of feedback.
Kick them out of the comp for being disrespectful and unpatriotic.
All right, mate. Well, that was a good Anzac round. It was the highest round ever.
Well, in more ways than one. We had sellouts to every game. Cowboys just sneaked in there at the last second, and the most points scored in a round. 448 points were scored. The previous record in the NRL era was 446.
Well, there you go.
So that 2-point field goal from Latrell was a difference maker.
6 out of 8 games with 13 plus. So
crazy.
It says something, mate.
It is. It does. It's crazy to think.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
Dribble of the week. So,
Bit of dribble.
we touched on the Saints and Storm here, mate. Look, let's keep it pretty straightforward. When are Dragons going to get their first win?
Let's have a look here. Well, we know they got the bye this weekend, so they're getting 2 points.
Because we all know they're in a world of hurt. Their defensive coach is now their main coach,
Yeah,
right?
that worked well for them.
And is that their biggest loss of the season? Yes.
Well, it is. So, like, let's have a look at what they've done under the Flanagan era. I'm going to call it for the start of the year. Lost in Vegas 15-14.
Yep.
They should have won that, I think.
Yep.
Lost to Melbourne 46-20. Big loss, but expected. Lost to Parramatta 30-20. Close game, like, big scoring, but close. Lost to the Titans 22-14. Then they had that flogging at Cogra where they got done 32-0 by the Cowboys. Then got done 28-18 by Manly, which isn't too bad. Then lost 30-12 against the Rabbits, and then obviously 62-16. So let's
Under the new era. Right?
Under the new era.
They got their statement.
Yeah.
Right? The fans wanted their statement. They wanted Flano gone.
They wanted Flano gone, and then they have the worst loss
of the season.
Loss of the season, and their third worst attacking effort. So this weekend, I'm going to go through the games. You tell me yay or nay when you think they're going to get the win. Newcastle at Wollongong on Saturday.
They'll win.
You reckon they'll win?
Yeah, I think they'll win.
I'm going Knights. Then they have the Penrith. Then they have Penrith.
Well, they're not winning that. I'm going to back him to beat.
You know what?
Louis.
It sucks to be. No, sorry. I look like they had like 3 weeks with 2 buys. I think Newey's probably going to beat them. I genuinely think.
Yeah, I think that's the game. Look, I'm not saying. I think that's a winnable game. Saturday Arvo win. If you can't get up for that, they're not going to win all year. All right.
Well, because it gets worse. They then go to Suncorp to play the Panthers at Magic Round.
And Penrith turn it up on Magic Round typically.
Yeah. They then play the Warriors at Cogra. I don't see them winning that. The Broncos at Suncorp. Don't see them winning that. Cronulla at Cronulla in June. I could see them winning that because they always get up for that derby.
Yeah.
In saying that, they always get up for Anzac Day.
All right,
So-
give me 2 more. Who are the last?
So that's getting us into round 14 when I think they possibly get their first win against Cronulla. Then they have the Newcastle and Newcastle again, and then the Raiders in Canberra round 17.
Okay. And that's coming to Origin. Maybe they'll either pick one up against the Nui after their bye. Maybe they'll have a big hard look at themselves. Right?
Reset after a big week.
Make a statement. After that shocking loss on Anzac Day, they have the bye. They have a lot of time to think about it, mate.
Yep.
Or else, it could be Origin. Could be like one against Cronulla or Canberra.
I'm thinking Cronulla, honestly. Like that's the only game that sits out there, and I go they could possibly win because it's that local derby. Otherwise, mate, it's very possible they go through the. I mean, they have the Titans again this year, who haven't been crazy good, but beyond that, I don't see them winning another game this year.
Hopefully we can see some history. Well, what about Melbourne? Are you going to back them this week?
Well, that's the interesting thing, right? They're playing the Finns up at Suncorp, and I just don't know.
Well, who do they have? Who do they have after the Finns?
All right,
let's just say they lose.
So let's go. They got the Finns next week, this weekend. Then they play West in Melbourne.
Ooh.
Then they go up to Magic Round for Parramatta.
I think they'll get a win out of one of them 3.
Para they'll win 100%. I reckon they win against Para. West, I don't know. Dolphins maybe, but then after Para, they've got the Dogs in Sydney, Roosters in Melbourne.
That'll be good.
Knights in Melbourne. I think they beat the Knights. So
I think around that period they might start turning it around because they got that, mate. They got the cattle.
Hopefully, it's after they play us they turn it around. It'd be nice.
They don't have a shit team. Once they do what they're doing on the training pitch,
yeah,
and turn it on the field, then they'll be back. But to their,
I know
the Storm that we know, right? Not
Yeah.
that we love, but that we know.
We know, yeah, we definitely don't love them.
And what about Manly, mate? So we're talking Fozball, mate. Foz. Well, I saw a sign. What was Fozmaxing? All these new words.
Yeah,
Fox Hallelujah. All these fucking trends going on at the minute, right? And shout out to Riley Bambler, who came on here a few weeks back.
Bam Bam Electrical.
Yeah, and he's saying it's who's going to stop him. It's a great question. You got to ask yourselves, who's going to stop Fozball?
And he did say who's going to stop him. And as I said to him, I'm like, well, Penrith next week. And his words were, Penrith, they're done. You will see. Now, first of all, the players didn't want to play for Seabold. So first of all, that your professional athletes grow up, be better. But, like, do Manly fans really think they're never going to lose again? Are Manly fans and Tigers fans in a club together where they don't think they're ever going to lose again?
Yeah. I was at Combank last year when it was Penrith Manly, and Manly won.
Yeah.
And I think Manly may win this week. I reckon they'll beat Penrith. I reckon they'll cause an upset, man. I reckon Penrith's boogie side is Manly.
Yes and no.
What do you think? Is this the end of Fozball?
I genuinely think with the way Penrith have been the last couple of weeks, they're going to take a lot of momentum out of the Newcastle game and go back to what they do well. And when they get back to what they do well, Yeah, but mate, the Manly fans saying Fozball's never going to end. Yeah. The Manly fans also think that Foz is like this magician when they're playing the exact same way they did under Seabold. Just the only thing is they're actually putting in a fucking effort. Yeah. Look, Manly fans are blowing their load early. Enjoy the wins while you got them. Do Manly make the 8? I think they can make the 8. I do think they can make the 8, and I picked them to make the 8. I think I've had them finishing like 7th or 8th. But to be fair, I had West finishing 9th, so well, that could be a possibility, or they might be in the top 4. But no, I think. Look, obviously there was a lot of controversy when they did pull it after 3 games. Do you think Scott Penn made the right call? I mean, look, it's paying dividends now. I think he made the right call purely because, and as I've voiced my opinion on many times, I genuinely think Manly players were not playing to their full potential for Seabold, which to me that's a massive, that's a fucking disgrace because. You're professional athletes. It doesn't matter who you coach as you play. There is nothing like if you watch their style of play, right? There is nothing different about how they're playing now versus when they were under Seabold. They're playing the exact same way, the same set plays, the same structure, same everything. The only difference is the head coach, and they're actually putting in an effort now. So if you're going to tell me that Seabold was the problem, I'm going to laugh and tell you the same thing I said about the Dragons. The coach isn't the problem. The players were. Well, at the end of the day, the coach ain't out there with the boots on. So exactly right. And, it was showed the moment they fired him, Jake Trbojevic put up better numbers in one game than he had in the prior 3 before that. So I think it was premature. I think you said it perfectly. Like, you bet it straight away that they were going to win the next 3 or 4. I just think it was a dick move. I understand why they done it. I think it ended up being the right call. But I think it just proves that there's more issues in that club. And they've still got a pretty similar team to what Foz hasn't made too many changes. He's made no changes. It's just obviously Tommy's out for injury reasons. But everyone was like, "Oh, bring Joey Walsh in. Why isn't Flanagan bringing Joey Walsh in?" I haven't heard a single Manly fan say, "Oh, why isn't Foz bringing Joey Walsh in?" Well, that Fozball could be change it up a bit after this round, but sure. All right, and so mate, the NRL crowds this week we touched on it, a sellout. It's just good to see. Even at Allianz, just a full house. As you expect it, though. You'd expect every game to be sold out. Yeah. Even the suburban games, mate. Leichhardt, Manly, yesterday, Arvo. Manly looked like it was pumping. It's good to see, mate, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. It's good to see people getting back out there, watching it. I think it also has a lot to do with, you don't know who's going to win anymore. Like, it's not like the last couple of years where it's like, oh, yeah, I know that West were going to get flogged or... Manly and Para were going to be this awesome game. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. I think that's another thing. So many higher scoring games now. I think the comp's common a bit in terms of it's so unpredictable. Yeah. You can go to a game and think who's going to win today. Like even, mate, put Dragons aside, but say if it's like a Titans versus Manly, Titans could still be in for a sniff. 100% they could, and I think that's bringing people back in. And you know what? If they keep getting the numbers in, that's what's going to happen. If you drop your prices off your meat pies and your schooners, right, the crowds are going to keep coming in, mate. Well, this is the thing, right? It's the old adage of business. Do you charge a little bit less but sell more in quantity, make less per, but overall you make more, or do you have it a bit more expensive? And you got to look at that, mate. My local does it well. On a Thursday night, I think from 8 to 10, Thirsty Thursdays. Yes. I think $5 schooners, $5 spirits, all right? But that's, out of all days, Thursday night, it's the most packed there.
You can't even get a spot because everyone's in, and that's when they did the Thursday night draw. You can win $3,000.
Do a draw. You're getting dinner while you're there.
Yep, exactly.
That's the thing. It's the McDonald's. Do you want fries with that mentality? They get you in for something, and then they ping you on everything else.
Because half of the time everyone's in the pokies as well, so that's where the money's coming in from.
Done. Yeah.
We could start up our own local.
Mate, honestly, it'd be the greatest thing ever. We'd have drink deals every night.
RMTV Clubhouse.
RMTV Clubhouse. It'd be messy, wouldn't it?
No, it'd be
It
very
would be
messy.
messy.
And
We'd probably drink the profits ourselves.
Yeah. But yeah, re-crowds. I think obviously the AFL, they always get great numbers. But I think the one thing the NRL has over the AFL is that suburban touch, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can play so many games at the G, right? But when you see the hill, like heart buzzing.
Leichhardt, Manly, Newcastle, you got hills at both ends. Like, nothing beats that suburban hill.
Yeah. I love the hill.
Except for Cronulla. Shit. Shit.
And talking Mac Jones, mate. The Women's Origin's kicking off this week.
Yeah, Thursday night.
I was a bit shocked, actually. I thought it's a bit early. I think they've changed it up a few years now, and I'm going to ask you, mate, is it too early?
I think it is.
Origins?
Most of the women's, most of the NRLW have only just literally started pre-season this week or last week. And then, you're missing out of the start of pre-season with your club because you're in Origin camp. Look, I had an idea. And maybe it's just me that thinks it's a great idea. I could be completely wrong. Tell me what you think.
You're an ideas man.
I'm an ideas man, right?
You sell things, mate.
Double-header. Oh, exactly. I'm a salesman. Double-header Origins. All right. So the women's Origin this year, they play game 1 at Newcastle on Thursday night. Yeah. Then they play the Thursday night before Magic Round kicks off at Suncorp, which is cool, to kick off Magic Round. They then play their game 3 on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Right? I'm going to just throw this out here for the NRL, if any NRL bigwigs are watching. Let's double-header Origins.
Yeah, I think they did it last year for 2 games.
No, they didn't. That's the problem.
I thought they did.
They were closer in time, but they weren't the same. I'm talking this year it's Sydney, Melbourne, Queensland. Mm-hmm. Doubleheader at a core. Doubleheader at the MCG. Doubleheader at Suncorp. How fucking sick would that be?
No, it'd be good. I think that's the most logical. And then the viewerships would be through the roof, right?
Yep.
If people coming early to watch the game.
Yep.
But, needless to say, they'll still get a good crowd at Mac Jones. They love their footy up there.
Mate, they'll get 20K up there, I reckon. They always get good crowds up there. I don't know. I want to see more. I get why they're doing the women as standalone.
But I feel like tuning into it.
Oh, mate, I'll 100% be watching it.
Yeah.
But if I could, just that exposure, get that exposure up.
Tweak it a little bit.
I get they want to be their standalone event, but, hey, we're going to put you on the same night as our biggest event. Say, make it a 6 o'clock start.
Yeah.
The numbers won't be great at the start, but most people at Origin rolling in by 7 o'clock. Their second half will be one of the most viewed things ever.
Oh, it would elevate the game. And the best example is look at the grand final last year. By the time that finished up, they were playing in front of about 50 to 60,000.
At least, yeah, 100%. And that was a great finish despite the result.
Yeah, it's but yeah, mate, we'll be tuning in for the Blues. Does that mean the NRL kicks off on Friday?
Yeah, so the NRL will kick off Friday this week, and we're going to have 3 games on Saturday.
On Sunday?
Sunday, sorry. Yeah, we always have 3 games on Saturday. What am I talking about, Jordan?
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Let's get into it, mate. Round 9. Doggies Cowboys.
Doggies Cowboys at a core. 6 p.m. Friday. I don't know. I think the Doggies are walking wounded at the moment.
It's just when I want to tip the Cowboys, they just dish up some shit.
Cotter's finding form before Origin as well, so that could be a big thing.
Are Doggies due for a win, though? These are the questions we must ask.
Yeah, but...
What were the odds against her?
$1.72 for the Dogs, $2.12 for the Cowboys.
Ooh. At a core. Obviously, he's Crichton. Are they going to rest him this week?
I think they're going to play him, and I don't think that's a great idea.
I'm going to go Dogs 1-12. I see Doggies getting up just. I think because
it's at a core, they'll get up. If it wasn't at a core, I would say the Cowboys, but yeah, I think the Dogs might just sneak in there. Then we head up to Suncorp. The Finns $1.74. Storm looking to avoid making history at $2.05.
Fins up, baby. Fins up.
Fins up.
I'm going to go Fins. Fins 1. Oh. Fins 1-12. I think it'll be a close one. I think Melbourne will really get... They're going to get close, Melbourne. The win's coming, but not this week. I think Finns, they deserve a win. You know, not saying they should win, but after what they've been through the past few weeks, I reckon they're going to put on a good performance. I could see Hammock scoring a few as well. Jordy?
Damn it, you convinced me. All right, Finns. Oh, I was
I just think the way they're playing their footy, Finns, their attack, I'm not saying it's exactly like South's, but they're a bit unpredictable. Dolphins,
yeah,
right?
and they do have a few guys that can break the game open. Asako might want to put on a show for his coach next year or his teammates next year.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right, Finns. Starting our Bundaberg Super Saturday, the Gold Coast Titans paying $2.17 versus the Canberra Raiders at $1.69 at Gold Coast.
Ooh.
3 p.m. on a Saturday, which means it's going to be a hot, dry track, or at least a dry track. That Titan speed could be dangerous, but so could the Raiders.
If it's a dry track on a Saturday, I'll be up with the Goldie, mate. This has AJ written all over it. And
Brimson and Keanu Kinney.
Yeah, and I was about to say Presto Campbell. Not, that's his son,
Jaden.
He's injured, I think.
No.
No, well, yeah, no, Wolf is playing. No, I don't know, man. Canberra in such a world of pain at the minute. Titans coming off a bye. Are Titans wearing that Chargers jersey?
I don't know.
Is this the round for
if
it?
If they play in the Charger jersey, they're going to win 13+.
You know what? I'm backing Titans. I don't know by 30. Yeah, we'll go Titans 1-12.
No, I think Raiders. I think the Raiders will just get them, but it'll be a KO Weeks miracle.
Yeah, nice.
Then we head to Combank for Parramatta paying $2.84. The Waz $1.43. Waz 13+. I'm keeping it simple here.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it simple here as well and go Para 1-12.
Now, 7:30 at Allianz. We're gonna be there. You're coming, aren't you?
Yeah, yep. I'll be there, mate. I'll bring the mic this round.
The mighty Sydney Roosters paying $1.43.
Oh, mate, we should be shorter, mate.
$2.83.
We should be shorter.
I'm going Roosters 1-12, just, and I mean I'm talking like 4 points in it. I think it's going to be extremely tight this game. The Broncos have proven their young guys are standing up. We're finding some form. It's going to be. I actually reckon it's going to be probably the game of the round.
Yeah, at home, Allianz, Saturday night. We should get over 25,000. Considering it's only one Sydney team out of two, it'll be a good crowd there. We'll be back in our beloved Chook pen where we were. You know,
where we belong.
We're in Bay 5 last week. It was
nice when Siwas scored, done the salute, but was looking straight in the Chook pen.
Yeah, look, do the Chooks come back to earth a little bit? You know, Broncos on a bit of a high. They had a great win against the Dogs.
So did we, though.
We had a huge
Both teams
win.
are going to be on a high. There's rumours Reece Walsh possibly will be back this weekend. I think Roosters will just nip them, but only just.
I'm going to go Roosters 13+.
Wow.
Yeah, like a 28-12. Thank me later.
Okay. Similar score to when we played them in Brisbane last year.
I think Chooks will be cruising along for a bit. I reckon we might pick up one of those yucky losses against a real yucky team.
Yeah.
But no, I think we might win well, and then I'll shove the mic in your face at full time.
Yeah. Then we go up to start of our Super Sunday. Mac Jones, Newcastle paying $2.69, Rabbits $1.47. I'm straight up. I'm just going Rabbits 13+. The way they played last week, Newcastle don't stand a chance. Sorry, Knights. They just don't.
Oh, Mac Jones, you know. How many times can I use Mac Jones as an excuse for Knights to win?
Oh, no, but it sounds like you're about to give him another.
No, I'll go from South 13+ to 1-12. I saw a bit of hope in them against Penrith, and obviously they were just too strong for him, but I reckon it'll be a close affair, this one. I reckon. But, yeah, South's just too strong, too dominant. Yeah, South's for me, mate.
All right. Well,
A triple header on a Sunday. That's
triple
nice.
header. You know the worst thing is I can't even watch all the games on Sunday because I'm going to Jimmy Carr on Sunday, so I can't even watch them.
Oh, mate. Well, at
Great
least they're not the
comedian.
most exhilarating games.
I'll still watch them later that
Yeah.
night, don't you worry. Mate, going to Ocean Protect Stadium, a.k.a. Portaloo Stadium, a.k.a. Shark Park, a.k.a. Temporary Fence High Stadium, a.k.a. Kennards High Stadium. The Cronulla Sharks paying $1.63 to the West Tigers, $2.27. Do you think the Sharks can finally find an 80-minute performance at home, or
Why are
do the West claw them?
Why are Tigers paying that much?
I
thought
don't know.
Tigers would be favourites.
I genuinely think either everyone's expecting West to lose eventually and just fall off, or they think that the Sharks can put it together. No Appy does hurt them, though. I will admit, no Appy is a big loss for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they went loss? They went win. Does the claw shine in Cronulla?
I think it's claws out. I think there's going to be some gummy sharks getting clawed.
Is it going to be claws out? Yeah. Oh, something's telling me. My head's saying shark. My heart's saying tiger.
Didn't you say to me that you're going to stick with your heart from now on because your head kept screwing you over?
Yeah, we'll go tiger. We'll go claw. Claws.
Claws.
1 to 12.
Claws out. Claws out. And then to finish off the round, Combank Stadium. This could be a good game. Penrith $1.27 versus Manly $3.80.
Manly are $3.80.
$3.80. I'm going Penrith. I think after last week there's going to be some momentum. I'm going 1 to 12, but I think it's going to be a more convincing 1 to 12. Like they'll be ahead by like 10, and just good defense will hold Manly out.
Yeah. All right. This
Come on, spit it out.
Luke Brooks field goal by 1.
Oh Jesus!
Manly upset. Manly upset, I reckon.
All right, so everyone,
I'm
put
not-
your money Penrith 13+, because whenever he picks a field goal, they lose or that player gets injured.
I'm not getting paid to say this right now, but Manly by 1.
Bam Bam Electrical's giving you a bit of a kickback, isn't he?
I think Manly might cause a bit of an upset this week.
Okay. But there is one more game I want to talk to you about.
I think before you do, I think Olakawadu might shake him up.
Olakwadu was good on the weekend, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think he might get some good ball this week and he might get a try under his belt.
It'd be interesting to see. Well, he doesn't have to go against Liam Martin. So
It's
that'll
either
help.
that, it's either Manly 1 to 12 or Penrith win by 40.
Okay. All right, interesting. We'll see how it goes. But look, the serious game here.
They're the games, aren't there? There's one more.
No, there's one more. Now, one thing is paying $1, the other is paying $60. Now, the Dragons are paying $60 to beat the bye. Can the Dragons beat the bye this weekend, Presto? Can they do it?
Oh, where's it at, mate? Where's it at?
Mate, it is going to be, what do they call that centre of excellence down there? The Bruce Gordon Centre of Excellence. It's going to be there, so it's up in Wollongong.
Oh,
Can the
well,
Dragons beat the bye?
If I see a statement.
Will there be a statement made this week by the Dragons beating the bye?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I fear they're still searching for it, mate.
The bye's going to get them, isn't it?
Maybe is Guthrie going to be back? Is Guthrie going to be back after their loss to the bye?
I'm just saying, buy 13+.
Yeah. Bye. It was good to do that. Nah.
Oh,
Yeah,
twice as well.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The poor old Saints. Even my cousin, she texts me, diehard Saints fan. She goes, "Fuck the Dragons, man."
They need to sort this shit out.
Well, do you keep Tyrell Sloan at fullback when Gutho's fit and firing?
Well, they've just signed Drinkwater.
Exactly, and I don't know how'd they convince Drinkwater to come down to the Saints? Like, geez, obviously I think Jackson Purdue. I think he's getting that
Yeah. And look,
fullback position.
Drinkwater is a New South Wales boy, so I kind of understand it.
Is he from down there?
He's from down here. Or he's from New South Wales. I can't remember exactly where, but he's a New South Wales boy. He might be down that Wollongong region, or a bit further down. But they gave him about 900,000 reasons to come down per year.
Yeah.
As a valid reason. For $900K a year, I can understand why he's done it. But does this mean the end for Gutho's career?
Yeah, I think so. I think the club may even say to Gutho, "Look, go to Super League, man, or something."
Maybe they'll turn him into a 6.
Maybe. I mean, who knows, mate? You know, they're missing the Gutherino, I think, the Saints.
There's no Gutherinos at the moment.
No, but I don't know, man. It's it'll be a struggle to get through the bye for the Saints. A lot of soul searching. I think that was our episode last week. Did the soul searching Saints win?
But
is that our headline again? Did the soul searching Saints beat the bye?
we did say this, and we probably should give a shout out to the Dragons fans. Respect for the ones that were at the game and sat through that, because that would have been tough. I know there's a lot of Dragons fans who were probably in tears at the end of it. I know a couple that have messaged me, you know, they're like 16 years ago it was tears of joy and now it's just tears of sadness. So respect to those guys that are, you know, they're still there, they're still watching games, they're still coming out knowing what's going to happen. So
credit to them, mate. And if
tough.
it wasn't for the Saints fans, you know, like, we wouldn't have had that beautiful sold out crowd. I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean, they need to sort out their shit when it comes to pre-match entertainment, organisation, communication, etc., like that. Because let's be fair, the Roosters do it better. But yeah, it's yeah, I feel for their fans. I actually genuinely, like, being legitimately feel for their fans at the moment, because it would not be pretty.
And I think Flanner, he may have sat back and had a little wine or something, or a beer, whatever floats his boat, and watched that one.
He was probably.
Do you think he even watched it?
I reckon he would have. I reckon part of him would have been upset because, you know, those are the guys he coached. He wants to see them do well, etc. Part of him would have been like, thank you for proving that I wasn't the problem and Kyle wasn't the problem.
Yeah. All right, mate. Another beautiful Anzac Day round done and dusted. Till next year. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to the RMTV podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. From Jordy and I. It's goodbye.
Have a great night, guys.